Hey guys, it's Gigi. Welcome back to my kitchen. Come on in. We're going to do another recipe together. And today I am going to be using some puff pastry. And I am going to be making some, I'm kind of just working this as I go. I'm trying something. I've got my oven preheated to 400. I'm using these Pepperidge Farm puff pastry sheets. I've got two. I'm using 2 sheets. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some cream cheese filling. And I'm going to be using some blueberry pie filling. So I'm going to be doing a blueberry cream cheese puff pastry like a Pop-Tart or like a Danish, for lack of better words. I'm going to be putting a sheet on top of a sheet and pressing around it. So, you know, that's what we're hoping for. Like I said, I've never done it. I've usually done it open-faced. My oven's preheated. I've usually done it open-faced. I've done it with apple and with strawberry. I've done a strawberry braid. But I'm going to attempt almost like a little Pop-Tart pastry. So we'll see what we end up with. We're just in the kitchen playing around again and hoping for something delicious as the outcome. So let's get us, let me grab me a spoon out of my drawer. I'm going to be using some whipped Philadelphia cream cheese. And I'm going to be adding some confectioner sugar. Now, you use whatever confectioner sugar you want. I am just using the zero sweetener, the Truvia. That's just my confectioner sugar of choice, okay? So you use whatever, but that's what I'm going to be sweetening it with today. And we're going to give that a good mix together. Just making this up a sweet cream cheese filling to go on the top of our puff pastries. I have a sheet here. I've already cut it into 6 total squares. I'm going to be putting them on top of each other. So let me make sure. 2, 4, 6. Yep. So we're just playing around with a new little recipe. You're just going to whip that powdered sugar and that cream cheese together until you have just like a smooth consistency, and then I'm going to give it a little taste to see if I need more. And I do need a little more confectioner sugar. I'm just kind of eyeballing this, like I said, just kind of playing around with a new little pastry. I had some pastry sheets and I'd had them in my freezer for a while, and every day I said, I'm gonna do something with those. I'm gonna do something with those. Well, today is the day I'm gonna do something with those. So, and yes, I'm using my fingers, but nobody's gonna be eating these but me and my husband, so. Much better, much better. Okay, so let's slide that out of the way. And I've got some melted butter. I'll be brushing that on the top, and then I'm gonna sprinkle that with some little Swedish sugar pearls. Just as a little designer garnish on top, okay? All right, so let's bring our pan forward. We're gonna first top this. Make sure I got y'all. Yeah, I got you in view. We're going to spread a little bit of our cream cheese filling. Don't want to overfill it because you've got to press the top down, and you don't want it just oozing out everywhere. I mean, if it oozes out a little bit, it does, but I'll put a little bit of a slit in the top to give it a little ventilation. And I love like a cream cheese Danish. I love strawberries and cream cheese. I thought, hey, I'm gonna play around. I've got some blueberry pie filling, and I've got all the things that I need to make this little pastry Pop-Tart. Alrighty, let's bring our blueberries over now, and I'm just using the blueberry Comstock from Duncan Hines. Blueberry pie filling. There again, you don't want to overfill, I guess. It looks like y'all are in good sight. And I do think I may even, nah, I'll save that for the top. I was gonna say I may even, okay, so then you're gonna take your top sheet and you're going to lay it right down on top of that. You're gonna take your fork and you're going to press around the edges. And of course, once I get one done, I'll show it to you, but matter of fact, I may just need to lay it right off of this and do it right here on my clean surface. It is clean. I always, before I start cooking right here, I always just sanitize my little station. And guys, once you do that, you'll see how that, you crimping it around, it'll close. You want to make sure you press down pretty good because you want to close it up all the way. And then I will take my little knife and I will cut just a little bit of a slit right in the top, okay? Let's go on to the next one. Lay that one down right on the, there again, take your fork, going around all the edges, crimping your little puff pastry all the way around. I mean, really, you can't go wrong with a puff pastry. I mean, this stuff is so light, flaky, so delicious. And then cut a little slit right in the top of that one as well. And there's you another little Pop-Tart. And guys, I'm just gonna keep moving around and doing the same thing. I'll do a couple of more with you. And then for the sake of time, I'll finish them up and come back, and then we'll get ready to lightly brush the top with some butter, and we'll sprinkle it with a little bit of that crystallized sugar pearls. Not pressing hard at all, just barely cutting through the top. All right, guys, let me finish these up, and I'll come right back and we'll continue on. We're back, and I've got all the puff pastries crimped around the edges and a little slit made in the top of each one of them. And then we're gonna do a brushing on the top of them with a little bit of melted butter. That'll help to give it that nice golden color. I hope y'all are having a really good day. It's beautiful here. The sun is shining, and here in Georgia, we're actually having some pretty nice weather. So that's good for a change, because you never know this time of the year how long that's going to last. And I thought since I was coming on here and hanging with y'all, I'd wear my little shirt hanging with my peeps. Okay, I think we've got a good coating of butter on those. Let's open up our little sugar pearls. These little Swedish sugar pearls, and we are going to just sprinkle them on the top. These are going to go into a 400-degree oven. I'm going to say for about 15 minutes, but I'm going to check them because I do know that my oven, being a gas oven, does tend to bake a little quicker. So anyhow, guys, I'm going to pop those in the oven. 400 degrees. I will set my timer for 15 minutes, and I'll be back. All right, we're back. Our pastry Pop-Tarts are out of the oven. They baked for about 17 minutes, okay? And as you can see, I've got one that's sitting over to the side cooling, but I thought I'd bring you back with me. I made a little confectioner's sugar, heavy whipping cream, and a splash of, well, I squeezed a little bit of lemon in here because lemon pairs so well with blueberry. And so I just loosened it up a little bit with the lemon juice, and I thought, you know, that would be good. I know I put the finishing pearls on there, but I thought some drizzled icing would just elevate it to that next level. So I thought I'd bring y'all back and let y'all be here with me when I drizzled this over the pastries. Smells really good. Just enough to lightly drizzle each one of them. Like I said, I'm letting one cool over to the side so we can sample that together. That worked out perfect. And you could, if you wanted to, you could lightly dust these with a little powdered sugar on the top. That would be nice too. I thought about dusting it with a little powdered sugar, maybe a couple of fresh blueberries, letting, you know, folks know what's on the inside. Just move this on out of the way. And guys, aren't those beautiful? Just a quick and easy little dessert to serve, you know, have a guest over, serve with some coffee, and have a little girls' day. These would be great to make, you know, when my grandchildren are here. And I do have a couple of grandchildren coming for a visit next week, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, that's just an easy dessert to throw together. And as you can see the little finishing pearls on there. Turned out really good. But hey, tasting is believing when it comes to food. You can see it, and it may look pretty, but it's got to taste good, right? All right, so let's give it a taste. It is hot on the inside. Still. But delicious. That is delicious. Let me cut it open so you can see the inside. I don't want to take that big of a bite and burn myself, but I do want y'all to see the inside. It's just like having a little Danish. Y'all see that? Steaming hot coming off of it. You can see that cream cheese and that blueberry pie filling on the inside. And you could put puff pastry in the oven and bake it just by itself and it would be delicious. It's just a little hot still. See that blueberry? That is so good. Hot. With some water. Still a little hot on the inside. Filling part of it. But it's good. Very good. Well, thank y'all so much for joining me one more time, hanging out with me when I fixed us another recipe. I think if you try this, you'll really like it, and you can use any pie filling you want. I mean, blueberry, blackberry, strawberry, peaches, apple. I think apple would be delicious. Delicious with some caramel drizzled on top, maybe with some toasted pecans. I do have a recipe on my page where I've done some pastry with some apple and the caramel crumble on the top. But it's open-faced, you know, it's just one sheet of puff pastry. And then I scored around the edges and did the filling, the apple cinnamon filling with the pecans and the crumble. Delicious. It's probably one of my husband's favorite. He says that's got to be on the table every holiday. So I made a big old long charcuterie board of them. Just had them lined out on our Thanksgiving table this year, and they were delicious. But anyhow, I'll hush. Thank you so much for being with me today and for hanging out with me for a little while I did these puff pastries. And before I go, if I can encourage you to be the hands and feet of Jesus, be his mouthpiece. Encourage somebody today. Reach out to somebody who stands in need. If you know somebody's hurting, grieving, just going through a difficult time, reach out to them and be a blessing, okay? Let God use you as his mouthpiece. Use your hands and your feet to take somebody some puff pastry or, you know, whatever the Lord would lay on your heart. You don't have to look far to find somebody. So anyhow, I'll see y'all next time back in Gigi's kitchen, and we'll do another recipe together. I love you guys. Bye-bye.